What's going on, everyone? This is Kevin here, coming at you with my hands-on and first impressions video of the Samsung Galaxy A15 5G. So without further ado, let's get started. So this is the Samsung Galaxy A15 5G. Now this device was recently launched in January of 2024, and this phone is the successor to last year's Galaxy A14 5G. Now this device is being offered both factory unlocked and through a variety of different carriers, and I will be leaving links to it in the video description so that you can see the most up-to-date pricing and availability. But before we get too far into things here with the A15 5G, let's see what all comes included in the box. So here is the box, you can see right there, A15 5G, and it is a pretty slim box, and the reason for that is because we do not get a USB wall adapter included, but I will show you what we are getting here. So we're getting a SIM card removal tool, and then in this packet, there are a few other things. So there is some literature here for the device, and then we also are getting a double-sided USB-C cable for charging and data transfer. Now going from the A14 5G to the A15 5G, we're actually getting a lot of huge improvements here, and I'm looking forward to comparing this device to that device in a separate video, so stay tuned for that. Now with the Samsung Galaxy A15 5G, we're getting an excellent looking 6.5-inch display, and this display is Super AMOLED, so we're getting excellent colors here and also really good viewing angles as well. And it does feature a 90 Hz refresh rate, so things are a bit smoother here compared to if it were to be 60 Hz. And then in addition to that, this display is 1080p. In fact, it's 1080 by 2340. We're getting a PPI of 396. We're getting a 19.5 by 9 aspect ratio, so a pretty tall and narrow design here. And we're getting an 84.3% screen to body ratio. Now up top here on this device, unfortunately, we do have a water drop notch, and in that notch is a 13 megapixel front-facing camera. I do wish that we had a hole punch instead, but I suppose for a phone in this segment, you can't ask for too much. And especially when you consider how much better the display is this year on the A15 5G, I really can't complain too much at all about the front panel here. And then with this device, we're getting 128 gigabytes of internal storage, along with microSD card expansion. So getting 128 gigs is really a lot, especially for a lower end phone like this one. And I feel like for most people out there, that'll be plenty of storage. And really, if you find yourself needing more than 128 gigabytes, then you probably should be going for a more premium smartphone anyway, because clearly you're using your smartphone quite a bit. So again, 128 gigabytes is excellent. And then it's also great too that we are getting microSD card expansion, so you can offload photos and videos, for example, to free up some of that internal space. Now there is no wireless charging with the Galaxy A15 5G, which does make sense considering this is a budget device, but we are getting a fingerprint sensor on the power button, so let's give that a try right now. And as you can see, it's very fast and responsive, so very accurate there with the fingerprint sensor, so I'm definitely a big fan of that. And then in addition to the side-mounted fingerprint sensor, this device also features Face Unlock. So I do appreciate that we have multiple methods here for getting into the Galaxy A15 5G. And then with the Galaxy A15 5G, we're getting a triple camera setup here. So we're getting a 50 megapixel main camera, a 5 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, and we're getting a 2 megapixel macro camera for close-up images. Now here's how things look on the camera app. This is with the main rear camera right now. Now keep in mind that by default, it actually captures images at 12 megapixels. And the reason for that is because 50 megapixel images take up significantly more space on the device, and for most people, it's not really necessary. But if you do want to capture images in the full 50 megapixels, simply go up here and then switch it over to 50 megapixels. So that's really awesome. And I'll actually take a sample photo right now in that mode. So we'll take the photo and let that load there. And as you can see, it's very crisp and clear. So an excellent looking image from this device. Now, in addition to that, we can head over to 0.5, which will take us over to the ultra wide angle camera. And then with the ultra-wide camera, we can fit a lot more content into a single frame. So I'm definitely a big fan of that feature. We can also go over to the More tab here to access the macro camera. So you can see right there, macro. So if you go there, you can get very close up and have things be in really good detail. So the macro camera is very awesome as well. You can also go over to video mode and you can capture video with the rear camera or front camera at a maximum of 1080p. So there's no 4K video recording or 60 FPS, but I think for most people looking to get a budget phone like this one, that's not necessarily that big of a deal. Now you can also see right here we have portrait mode, so you can get those nice blurred out backgrounds. And then we can also flip around to the front facing camera and take portrait selfies as well. So there's me right there. We even have the option to take a group selfie, so we can crop out a little bit. And if we want to, you can even take a standard selfie too. So tons of different options with the various cameras here in the Samsung Galaxy A15 5G, which is especially impressive considering that this device is supposed to be a more entry-level budget smartphone. Now, if you are buying the Samsung Galaxy A15 5G in the US, then you're going to be getting 4 gigabytes of RAM with your device. However, if you buy this phone globally, it is offered in other RAM configurations. So I did buy mine on eBay, and it is an international model of the phone. And I mostly did that just so I could get it slightly earlier, but basically this model of the device has 6 gigabytes of RAM. So just keep in mind that based on the region that you're in, your Galaxy A15 5G might have different amounts of RAM. But again, in the US, the device will come with 4 gigabytes. And then the processor here is the MediaTek Dimensity 6100 Plus processor. So with that processor, you're getting pretty decent performance overall from my experience, even though I need to use this phone quite a bit more. But you're also getting 5G support, hence the name of the device. So overall, a pretty solid kind of mid-range, more budget-themed processor here with the device. But I think Samsung made a great decision here. Now I did run a benchmark test using Geekbench 6, and here are the scores that I got from that test. So I got a single core score of 697, and I got a multi-core score of 1935. So what I recommend doing is running this test on your current phone and then compare your scores to these scores to see how the Galaxy A15 5G compares to what you currently have. And then with the Samsung Galaxy A15 5G, we're getting a very large 5,000 milliamp hour internal battery, and in addition to that, it can charge it up to 25 watts. So 25 watt fast charging is excellent to see, especially in a budget phone like this one. So not only are we getting a very large battery so that it can get you easily through a day, if not multiple days of usage, but then when it is time to recharge that large battery, you can actually do it very quickly. Now the software here with the device is Android 14, and it does feature Samsung's One UI 6. So basically, if you've used any Samsung smartphone anytime in the last 4 or 5 years especially, the experience here should be very familiar to you, and there really shouldn't be much of a learning curve. I do at least appreciate though with each new version of One UI from Samsung, they are adding nice, useful, additional bonus features that are kind of added on top of whatever Android is coming out with their version of the software. So not only are we getting the wonderful benefits of Android 14, but then we're getting additional features here from Samsung. And then based on the region that you're in, you may or may not have NFC, but if you are in the US, you will be getting NFC with your device. So NFC is awesome to use with Samsung Pay or Google Pay. Basically, you can use your phone for tap and pay transactions. Now, taking a closer look at the hardware of this device, the phone is made completely of plastic besides the display, which is made of glass. Now this time around with the A15 5G, this phone does feature a more boxier look to it, and overall I do think it's actually a very nice looking handset. And especially given that they had to give it plastic build materials, considering that this is a entry-level smartphone, I feel like they made it look a lot more premium than it even is. So I like this kind of gradient look on the back of the phone. I'm not really a fan of how it picks up so many fingerprints, especially considering that it is a matte finish. Typically when phones have a matte back, I feel like they don't really get a lot of fingerprints, but as you can see, the A15 5G is covered in fingerprints, even after just a little bit of usage. But I do at least like that we're getting this gradient look on the back of the phone. Now on the left side of the device, we have the slot for the microSD card and SIM card. On the right side, we have volume up, volume down, and then we have the power button here, which doubles as the fingerprint sensor. I also like kind of the cool look here around the buttons, how it's kind of embossed. I think that's an interesting appearance here and something that's new with the A series from Samsung. But then up top here, we have a noise canceling microphone. And then on the bottom of the device, we have the 3.5mm headphone jack, microphone, USB-C port for charging and data transfer, and we have the speaker. And then on the back of the device, we have the triple camera setup, flash, Samsung logo, and that's pretty much it. So overall, I think the Samsung Galaxy A15 5G is a very exciting device in the company. I really like how they are giving it meaningful improvements this year with this way better display compared to its predecessor and some other things as well, which I'll be going deeper into in the comparison between those two devices. But again, overall, I'm a big fan of the Galaxy A15 5G. I'm super excited about this one. I think this phone is going to sell very well, that is for sure. And I'm looking forward to making a lot more content about it here in the channel into the future. But again, thanks for watching. This is Kevin here, and I will see you in the next one. Take care and have a great rest of your day.